Glad you're safe. So great to see it. Take me to you're playing the Chiefs, and you're probably looking at Patrick Mahomes over there. Well, that guy's unbelievable. And then somebody taps you on the shoulder and says, "Hey, Justin, you're playing." Was it literally like that?
First off, thanks for having me.
You bet.
Big fan of the show, and it was like that. It honestly, we were going down the sideline. I was ready to get to cheer on the offense. I was saying, let's go, oh, let's go, oh. Coach Lynn comes up to me and says, "Justin, you're going in." And I just didn't really know what to say at that time. And then Coach Steichen and Coach Hamilton, offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, they come up to me, and I'm like, wow, this is really real. I'm going in. I just had to knock this smile off my face, and I was just so excited to get out there, and it was a really cool moment.
Yeah. Like now, and what's interesting is, if I recall, I thought you sailed a ball early. But I thought you made a couple of throws up the sideline, and I was thinking to myself, oh, my emotions would be coming out of my heart would come out of my uniform as you were playing in the first series or two. How did you bring it down? Because obviously, you got a big arm to begin with. That thing, you got testosterone, emotion going through you like crazy. Were you sitting there thinking, okay, don't overthrow everybody. You're highly emotional. Take me to what it was like.
Oh, that's a great point. I went out there, and I was just so excited to be out there. And that first pass to Keenan Allen on the sideline, I threw that about as hard as I could have. And it was probably 5 feet over his head. But after that, I kind of settled down and realized, just go out there, have fun, play your game, and good things will happen.
At Oregon, I kind of felt watching you that, listen, they didn't have a backup ready to be you. And they were kind of playing kind of at a national championship level. So they kind of protected you a little. Then in the Rose Bowl, they're like, okay, kid, go play. So they ran you a lot. And it was interesting because some people, the criticism of you was, well, the offense is conservative. And I'm like, well, I watched the Rose Bowl, and he's running all over the field making Wisconsin guys miss. When the critics were saying, well, Justin, I don't know if he has it. Did you hear the critics, TV shows? Did you hear it? Did it affect you? What did you think of it?
I think we did a great job at the University of Oregon of shutting all that extra noise out. And that was one of our biggest focuses, was just know what's going on in the building, in the program, and leave it at that. And all the people on the outside, they're not with you when you're lifting at 6 a.m. or at practice. And so we did a great job of just kind of staying in building and listening to our coaches and our teammates and kind of things like that.
You are a quarterback. I think it's in your DNA. You like to air it out. You're not a finesse. You like to air it out. Is it with Anthony Lynn in every start? There's a balance there, Justin. You've got a big-time arm. And sometimes the downside to that is you'll try to squeeze a ball into a space that like an average arm guy could not. Is that something you and Anthony talk about? You've got this incredible weapon, but sometimes it becomes a burden because you can make every throw.
All the time. That's one of those things that, because I feel so confident in my arm, that sometimes I wait and I'm late over the middle. And it's all about those anticipation throws where, you get it out on the hitch or before the plant. And I think sometimes, I rely on my arm too much. And so that's just part of learning. And Coach Hamilton has done a great job with me of kind of talking that through. And we've worked on that a lot. So I think I've progressed a bunch, and I've still got plenty of room to grow.
So this is a real dorky question, but I'm a dorky guy, so I get one. So you were on the field with Tom Brady. I cannot imagine. You're a young guy. You play at Oregon. You're in the NFL, and about an hour later, after Mahomes, you get Tom Brady. Was there ever just a moment when you were like, I'm on a football field with Tom Brady? Like one moment of that?
Pre-game, yeah. I was out there. I was warming up, and I saw him come out on the field, and I just kind of watched him for 5 minutes, just seeing what he was doing, and got so much to learn from the guy, and he's had so much success, and I've always been a big fan of his. So it was really cool to be able to line up across him. So college to pro, if you were to give advice to a college quarterback, a Trevor Lawrence, a Justin Fields, a Trey Lance, on reading defenses, on the speed of the game, what are one or two, because it's obviously working for you, what are one or two pieces of advice that maybe you got, maybe you didn't, that you would give to young quarterbacks about the transition college to pro? Yeah, I would say not to overthink things. You have to go out there and you have to play relaxed. And that's where film study and all of those comes in, and being able to watch that throughout the week. But when you get to Sunday, you have to relax out there. You have to go out there and have fun, trust your instincts, and go out there and just rip the ball. And I think that's probably one of the biggest pieces of advice that I've been given.
I always think it's really hard to be a rookie quarterback and play. Joe Burrow similarly. That quarterback is a leadership position. Now at Oregon, you were the leader. You'd been there. You'd been accomplished. So guys would listen to you. There's constantly young players. In the NFL, you're like one of the youngest guys in the room, and yet organizations want quarterbacks to lead. Is it different or challenging to be one of the youngest guys and yet the face of a business, a face of an organization?
It's definitely tough, but I think it's a great opportunity. And kind of heading into this year, I knew that it's going to come with the position. And so being genuine, being myself, going out there and just hanging out with the guys and talking with them, I think that's a great way of getting to know them and being comfortable with them. And I know they can come to me for anything, and just like I can go to them for anything. And even though I've only been here for a couple of weeks, I feel like we've got a really close locker room, and I'm just really happy to be in this spot.
The two loudest college football stadiums I've ever been in, Gainesville, Florida, the Gators, and Autzen Stadium in Oregon. It's a zoo. It's nuts. You can't hear yourself talk. Now you're playing in empty stadiums. It's got to be weird, right?
It is a little weird, but honestly, I think it might be better. It just kind of seems like practice. And so you go out there and you got two teams playing, but it's just like practice. So you go out there and you execute and you have fun, and you don't really have to worry about all the extra stuff going on around you. But I mean, it would be great with fans, but either way, we're having fun out there.
Listen, you also are in a tough spot. Tyrod Taylor is one of the most respected light guys in the league. He's a total pro. You're the young guy. You come in. That's not easy, Justin. That's a tough spot to be in. Is it okay, the relationship, and you kind of walk in? I mean, this situation, you had a veteran. He was starting. There's an incident. How's that working?
He's been an incredible teammate. He's been awesome in the locker room, and he's one of those guys that I look up to so much. And he's always there on the sideline helping out, giving advice, and even when we're watching film together, he's a great guy to have in your locker room, and one of the best guys that I've ever met. So
by the way, Joy, when Justin was a kid, Justin would get in was it your dad's car or your grandpa's car?
My grandpa's garage, actually. And so you just have it playing on the radio.
Yeah, his grandpa really
he
likes my show. Thank you very much, Mister. Yeah, that's why Justin's got a 4-point student. Is all these years of wisdom.
Exactly.
Hey, you're so much fun to watch. I'm so happy for you. Everybody in Oregon is, and good luck.